Hello there, lovely viewers. It's so good to connect with you today. Have you ever found yourself standing in the kitchen, coffee brewing, and the house feels, well, just a little too quiet? Retirement. It's a word that holds so much promise, freedom, relaxation, time for yourself. And it truly can be wonderful. But for many of us, it's also a huge life shift. Going from a packed schedule, colleagues, the daily hustle and bustle, to suddenly having wide-open days can feel surprisingly unsettling. If you've sometimes felt a pang of loneliness, a sense of being adrift now that the old routines are gone, please know you are absolutely not alone in feeling that way. It's a very common, very human reaction to such a significant change. It doesn't mean anything is wrong with you, it just means you're adjusting. The good news, the really wonderful news, is that these feelings are manageable, and there are many gentle, fulfilling ways to build a rich and connected life in this new chapter. Today, we're going to chat about some practical, heartwarming strategies to help you navigate this transition and perhaps rediscover, or even discover for the first time, a deep sense of purpose and connection. So, where do we begin? One of the most powerful things we can do for ourselves when we feel isolated is to gently nudge ourselves back into the company of others. Staying socially active is absolutely key. Now, I know, sometimes the effort feels like a lot, especially if you've gotten comfortable at home. But human connection is like sunshine for the soul. Think about what you enjoy. Are there local clubs you could join? Perhaps a book club, a walking group that meets in the park, a card group? Many community or senior centers offer a fantastic array of activities, from exercise classes tailored for us, to craft workshops, dances, or simply a place to share a cup of tea and chat. Volunteering is another wonderful avenue. Sharing your time and skills at a local school, hospital, library, or animal shelter not only connects you with others but gives an incredible sense of purpose. And don't forget old friends. Maybe it's time to pick up the phone and arrange that lunch date you've been meaning to schedule. The crucial step here is actually putting it on the calendar. Treat these social engagements like important appointments, because they are. They are appointments for your well-being. Now, alongside making time for others, nurturing your own interests is another fantastic way to fill your days with meaning and, often, more connection. Pursuing hobbies, whether reviving old passions or discovering new ones, is incredibly beneficial. What did you used to love doing but never had time for? Was it painting, gardening, playing a musical instrument, woodworking, maybe even model trains? Now is the perfect time to dust off those skills or supplies. Or perhaps you want to try something completely new? Learning a language, taking a pottery class, joining a choir, exploring photography, the possibilities are endless. Many local community colleges or libraries offer courses specifically for seniors, which is a great way to learn alongside others. These activities give you focus, a sense of accomplishment, and they often create natural bridges to meeting people who share your passions. When you're absorbed in something you enjoy, it's hard for loneliness to take center stage. It gives you something interesting to think about, to work on, and often, something wonderful to share. Making space for these activities, just like our social time, can really start to build a comforting rhythm into our days. And speaking of rhythm, establishing a gentle, flexible routine can be incredibly grounding when you're navigating the wide-open spaces of retirement. When our days lack structure, it's easy to feel a bit lost, like a boat without an anchor. A simple routine doesn't have to be rigid or demanding, not like the old work schedule perhaps, but it provides a comforting framework. It helps give shape to the day and can subtly combat those feelings of aimlessness that sometimes creep in. Think about small things you can build in. Maybe it's waking up around the same time each morning, enjoying a quiet cup of tea while reading the newspaper or looking out the window. Perhaps incorporating a gentle walk or some stretching into your morning or afternoon. Having regular meal times can also help punctuate the day. Scheduling specific blocks of time for those hobbies we just talked about, or for reading, or even for tidying up, creates a sense of purpose and accomplishment. Even a simple evening ritual, like listening to calming music or enjoying a favorite program, can signal the end of the day in a peaceful way. It's about creating predictability and intention, which can be remarkably soothing when you feel adrift. This structure isn't meant to confine you, but rather to support you, giving you reliable points throughout the day to look forward to. Now, sometimes, the quietness of the house really is the main thing getting to us. In that case, considering companionship might be something to explore. For many, bringing a pet into their lives makes a world of difference. A dog needing a walk gets you out of the house and often leads to chats with neighbors. A cat purring on your lap provides warmth and a calming presence. Of course, pets are a responsibility, and it's important to choose one that fits your lifestyle and energy levels. But the unconditional love, the routine they require, feeding, walks, playtime, and the simple fact of having another living being sharing your space can profoundly ease loneliness. It's a heartbeat in the house, isn't it? For some, depending on circumstances and personality, even exploring shared living arrangements could be an option. This might mean having a housemate, moving into a community designed for seniors, or other forms of co-housing. It's a bigger step, certainly, but the built-in social interaction and mutual support can be wonderful for those who thrive in a more communal setting. And while we're talking about connection, let's not forget the tools we have right at our fingertips: technology. I know, sometimes computers and smartphones can feel more like a hassle than a help. But they truly can be fantastic bridges, especially for connecting with family and friends who live far away. Think about video calls, being able to see your grandchildren's faces as you chat, sharing a laugh in real time. It's almost like being in the same room. It takes a bit of practice, perhaps, but the payoff in connection is huge. Social media platforms, used mindfully, can also help you stay updated on loved ones' lives and even reconnect with people from your past. Just remember to focus on genuine connection rather than comparing your life to others. There are also countless online groups and forums dedicated to almost any interest imaginable, from gardening clubs to history buffs to online book discussions. These can be wonderful places to find kindred spirits and share your passions without even leaving your home. Embracing these tools, even just learning one or two simple ways to use them, can open up whole new avenues for staying in touch and feeling part of the wider world. Now, with all these wonderful ways to stay active, engaged, and connected, both in person and online, it's important to acknowledge something else. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, joining clubs, pursuing hobbies, using technology, that feeling of loneliness can still linger, or perhaps it feels deeper, more persistent. And if that's the case for you, please hear this: it is absolutely okay, and crucially, it's okay to reach out for more dedicated support. Talking about how we feel, truly opening up, can feel vulnerable, can't it? Especially perhaps for our generation, where we were often encouraged to keep a stiff upper lip. But sharing your feelings with people you trust can be incredibly helpful. Confiding in a close family member, a son or daughter, a sibling, or a trusted friend can lift a huge weight. Just knowing someone understands, someone is listening without judgment, can make a significant difference. Don't feel like you have to carry it all alone or put on a brave face all the time. Your loved ones likely want to support you, but they might not know how unless you let them in. And sometimes, talking to family or friends isn't quite enough, or perhaps you feel like you don't want to burden them. That's where seeking professional support can be a truly positive, empowering step. Seeing a therapist or a counselor isn't a sign of weakness, quite the opposite, it's a sign of strength and self-awareness. It means you're actively taking care of your emotional well-being, just like you'd see a doctor for your physical health. A therapist provides a safe, confidential space to explore your feelings, understand the roots of your loneliness, and develop personalized coping strategies. They are trained listeners who can offer objective perspectives and tools that family and friends might not be equipped to provide. There are also often support groups available, either in your community or online, specifically for seniors navigating retirement or dealing with loneliness. Being in a room, even a virtual one, with others who genuinely understand what you're going through can be incredibly validating and comforting. You can share experiences, offer mutual encouragement, and learn from each other. Remember, reaching out, whether to a friend, family member, therapist, or support group, is a proactive choice for your happiness and health. It's about acknowledging your needs and taking loving action to meet them. So you see, tackling loneliness isn't about one single magic solution. It's more like building your own personal toolkit, filled with different strategies you can reach for depending on the day and how you're feeling. It's about gently weaving threads of connection back into the fabric of your life. Whether that means making the effort to join that walking group or pick up the phone to an old friend, rediscovering the simple joy of painting or gardening, finding comfort in the gentle rhythm of a daily routine, or maybe even welcoming the warmth of a furry companion into your home. It's about embracing tools like video calls to shrink the distance between you and loved ones, and crucially, it's about recognizing the immense strength in reaching out, whether to a friend, your family, or a professional, when you need someone to listen and support you. Please remember, you don't have to do everything all at once. Sometimes the smallest steps make the biggest difference. Maybe this week, it's just making one phone call, or looking up the schedule for the local senior center, or spending half an hour sketching. Be patient and kind with yourself during this adjustment. Retirement is a significant transition, and finding your new footing takes time. But it absolutely holds the potential for immense joy, growth, and deep satisfaction. Loneliness might be a visitor sometimes, but it doesn't have to become a permanent resident. By taking proactive, gentle steps, you are actively shaping a post-retirement life that feels meaningful and connected. You are writing the next chapter, and you get to decide what fills those pages. I truly hope some of these ideas have resonated with you today. We all navigate these changes differently, and we certainly all learn from each other. I would be so interested to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What helps you stay connected? Have you discovered a new hobby or routine that brings you joy? Sharing your experiences could be incredibly helpful for someone else watching this video. And if you found this chat helpful, please do give the video a little thumbs up like, it really helps others find our conversations. And of course, if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. We share regular tips and encouragement for making the most of this wonderful stage of life. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Remember to be kind to yourself, take things one step at a time, and here's to finding joy, connection, and fulfillment in every single day. Until next time, take good care.